Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Wishing you a very pleasant evening. News from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And Anjali Ananda. And first, a look at the headlines for tonight.
Rainy weather condition in the southwestern part of the island to pass off from today. A Gazette notification mentioning the names of mayors and chairmen of the local government institutions with a majority issued. Councils for 161 local government institutions to be established tomorrow. A danger of rising in the number of dengue and chikungunya patients with the rains. Ethanol and brown sugar at a minimum price to the market, says Minister Sunil Handunetti. Miss World 2025 title goes to Thailand. Sports facilities worth 60 million rupees to Anuradhapura from Sri Lanka Cricket. The number of deaths due to heavy rains in Nigeria crossed 150.
We begin with local news and first on the latest of the weather condition. According to the Meteorological Department, the rainy weather condition affecting the southwestern part of the island will pass gradually.
Well, 2,757 families in 14 districts were severely affected due to the incessant rains and winds, and also during the past few days. It included 10,270 persons, and 18 persons have been injured during these disasters. Well, the Norelia District Disaster Management Unit says that one sluice gate of the Upper Kothmale Reservoir has been opened since last afternoon due to continuous rains experienced at the Upper Kothmale catchment area. It has been requested from the residents on the banks of the Kothmale Oya below the area of the reservoir dam to be on alert, since the remaining sluice gates could be opened automatically in case the catchment areas receive further rain. Strong weather conditions still exist at certain places in the western slope of the Central Hills. A private workshop of Argyle Estate in Hatton has been severely damaged due to strong winds, and the roof of another house in Mipilimana in Norelia has also been completely damaged. Several electricity failures have also been occurred in many areas of the Norelia district, and steps will be taken soon to normalize the power supply, according to the CEB. Accordingly, many steps have been taken in this regard. Two houses at Diurumagama in Valimada have been damaged when a part of a tree falls on it during strong winds which lashed across the Valimada area. Our correspondent reported that a large area of cultivated vegetable lands have been destroyed. It has been reported that the beach area from Kalpitia to Vennapur has been severely eroded due to rains, and most of the damage has occurred to the beaches of Chilau, Irunavilla, Toduava, Mutupataniya and Kukapane, and many houses of the areas have been damaged, and the fishing community is facing problems in anchoring these vessels since they have lost fishery harbors in certain areas, according to our correspondent. Well, through sluice gates of the Mahavali Reservoir in Polgul have also been opened due to heavy rains. A volume of 6,000 cubic feet per second of water is being released to the Victoria Reservoir from it. Vehicular traffic have been obstructed when a container slipped off the road in Mahavagunur area in Hallulu on the Gannuru Katagostru main road. The container was carrying 30 tons of sugar from Colombo to Akurana. The police request motorists to use alternate routes. The Met Department says that intermittent rains or thunder showers may occur in the western, sub-Brigam, central and northwestern provinces, and also Gaul and Mathura districts. Evening or night showers might occur at several places in Uva province and Ampara and Batticaloa districts. The weather communique further says that winds with a speed of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour might occur in the western slopes of the Central Hills, in northern and north central and northwestern provinces, Hambantota, Trincomalee and the areas intermittently. A landslide warning issued by the National Building Research Organization for several areas in 5 districts will stay further. Badegama in the Gaul district, Gangihelukore in Kandy and many other areas. The Met Department meteorologist on duty Sachit Vikramasuriya says that landslide warnings issued due to incessant rains during the last few days and weather forecast will stay further. Accordingly, Baddegama in the Gaul district, Gangihelukore in Kandy, Aranayak in Kegol, Ambagamu in Norwood in Norelia district and Kiriala in Ratnapur district have been issued with stage 1 notices.
Now, health divisions point out on the possibility of a further escalation of the dengue and chikungunya patients in the event of continuous proliferation of mosquitoes under the current rainy weather condition. Consultant pediatrician Dr. Deepal Pereira says this dangerous condition could be minimized only by constantly maintaining cleanliness in the environment. Consultant pediatrician Dr. Deepal Pereira said that further proliferation of mosquito populations would lead to an increase in the number of dengue and chikungunya patients. It is imperative to constantly clean all places where mosquitoes breed. Those who are inflicted with the chikungunya disease would have to remain with joint pains for several months. The carrier of dengue and chikungunya is the same mosquito. In the event of infants below the age of 2 years, expectant mothers or elderly persons affected by these diseases, their conditions would turn serious. Infections during pregnancy could potentially affect the unborn children.
A Gazette notification has been issued naming the mayors, deputy mayors, chairpersons and also vice chairpersons of the local government bodies where parties or independent groups secured a majority at the recent local government elections, and accordingly, well, there is a possibility for the establishment of 161 local government institutions tomorrow, and forming of the remaining 178 local government institutions is scheduled to be conducted with the participation of local government commissioners. Well, the elections for 339 local government bodies were conducted on the 6th of May this year, and according to the results of the polls, a political party or an independent group had secured a majority power in the 161 local government institutions. In the other 178 local government bodies, no political party or independent group was able to secure a complete victory. A Gazette notification issued by the Minister of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government says that under such circumstances, establishment of local government institutions in the 161 bodies where a single party had received majority power should be conducted tomorrow. A Gazette notification released on the 17th of February had also stipulated that the term of office of the local government institutions will commence tomorrow. However, in local government institutions where a single party had failed to secure 50% of the votes will have to rely on the intervention of the local government commissioners in the election of chairman and vice chairman of such local government bodies. Commissioner General of Elections Samanshri Ratnayaka says that the minister in charge of local government had earlier issued the Gazette notification on the establishment of the local government institutions on the 2nd of June. Accordingly, 161 LG institutions are scheduled to commence activities tomorrow. The relevant Gazette also includes the names of councillors for the remaining 178 local government bodies. The relevant councillors have been accorded with the opportunity to participate in the occasions to elect their mayors or deputy mayors. All names provided by the Elections Commission have been published in the Gazette. Members of the National People's Power elected for 3 Pradeshi Sabhas in the Kalababa electorate in the Anuradhapur district had taken oaths at the Thamuttegam auditorium today. 39 MPP members were elected to the Pradeshi Sabha of Thalaba, Galnava and Rajangane. The members were sworn in before Deputy Minister Dr. Susil Ranasinghe. 29 members elected to the Meerigama Pradeshi Sabha were sworn in before parliamentarians Chaminda Lalit Kumara and Dharmapriya Vijay Singha. 19 members of the National People's Power were elected to the Vattala Pradeshi Sabha and 6 more NPP members elected to the Vattala Mabola Urban Council. They have taken oaths before Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Krishant Abesena. Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath had presided over the swearing-in of 93 members of the NPP elected for the local government institutions in the Polonnaru district today. 9 members of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and Podujana Eksat Perumuna elected for the local government institutions in the Polonnaru district, also taking oaths before former governor of the North Central Province Peshala Jayaratne today. Samagi Jana Balawege members elected to the Yatiyantota and Bulat Kohuputiya Pradeshi Sabhas were sworn in before parliamentarian Sujit Sanjay Pereira today.
Members elected to the local government bodies representing the Sarva Jana Balaya party taking oaths before the party leader Dilit Javira in Colombo today.
Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that the government is committed to provide continuous support for the country's pharmaceutical manufacturing industry by encouraging local pharmaceutical producers. He has given this assurance at the occasion of introducing the maiden stock of medicinal drugs manufactured by Celogen Lanka Private Limited for the export market. The minister made these remarks when V. Nandaraja, chairman of Celogen Lanka Private Limited, briefed the minister on the first batch of pharmaceuticals prepared for export. The event took place recently at the premises of the Ministry of Health and Mass Media. The consignment, intended for Peru, consists of medication used by cardiac patients and is valued at 45 million rupees. Minister Jayatissa has requested pharmaceutical manufacturers to ensure the continuous supply of high-quality medicines for the country's universal health service as well as for export, and to provide quality medicines at fair prices to Sri Lankans purchasing from private pharmacies. The chairman said the government, through the 2025 budget, has removed the 18% VAT on imported packaging material used in domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing. This progressive decision by the health minister and the government has encouraged local manufacturers, he said. As a result, there is a visible progress in the sector.
Minister Sunil Handunetti says that ethanol and brown sugar will be issued to the market at a minimum price. He made this observation during a media briefing held today to enlighten the people about the problems regarding the Sevanagala sugar factory. Well, more than 5,000 are employed at the Sevanagala sugar factory, which has provided nearly 200,000 direct and indirect employment opportunities in Monragala district. It has been revealed at the media briefing that the cost of production for sugar have been increased since 2024 due to the implementation of the VAT policy. Minister Sunil Handunetti says that the production cost is calculated by the Ministry of Finance for the entire process, including the amount paid for the farmer. VAT is levied considering all these factors in accordance with the process of value addition. There is no methodology to change this since the implementation of the IMF recommendation under the extended fund facility. He pointed out that amidst difficulties, the government has taken steps to provide sugar at a price of 260 rupees per kilo, which was at 360 rupees per kilo earlier. The organic percentage of the sugar is far less since the use of fertilizer is also limited. Several opportunities in the export market have also been identified. An amount of 1,500 to 2,000 rupees per litre for ethanol has been gained. A proposal has been forwarded by the Excise Department to the Ministry of Finance to facilitate for a bottling plant at Galloy, where permission has not been granted. The minister pointed out that the price paid to the farmers cannot be reduced. The fair price has to be provided for ethanol from tomorrow. A fixed price will be provided for companies manufacturing arak. Accordingly, the government will supply ethanol at a minimum price of 800 rupees. The minister emphasized that the conspiracy to close down the Sevanagala sugar factory will be defeated. The minister said that when the Ceylon Sugar Company at Sevanagala, Palavatta, took up responsibilities, the government took over with a stock of 33,000 metric tons of sugar, where nobody protested against it. Media notion was created that the sugar factory will be closed down by pointing to the sugar stocks to be issued to the market. And the executive officer at that time was Nuan Dharmaratna, and he was told by the minister that in case he issues statements to the media against the organization, a decision will be taken whether he will stay in this post or not. Then he tendered his letter of resignation, and protests started a few days later. The protests were led by a SJB party member. The minister added that Vajrakumar Tunga was the person responsible for turning the institution into an entity running at a loss. The project was also started with sugarcane wastage and also compost fertilizer project, and the loss was due to it, and it was around 1.3 billion rupees. An investigation is being carried out by the Auditor General's Department. Well, glitz and glamour from India, Opal Suchata Chuangsri, representing Thailand, was crowned Miss World 2025 last night.
Achieving a significant milestone on the global stage, this historic victory marks the first time Thailand has secured the Miss World title. The grand finale of the 72nd Miss World pageant was held yesterday evening with great grandeur at the High-Tech Exhibition Centre in Hyderabad, India. The event was hosted by Stephanie Del Valle, Miss World 2016, and renowned Indian presenter Sachin Kumar, glamorous Bollywood actress Jacqueline Fernandez, and celebrated actor Ishan Khatter gave captivating performances during the event. This was the third time the Miss World pageant was held in India, following editions in 1996 and last year. Representing Thailand, Opal Suchata Chuangsri secured victory and became the first ever Thai contestant to win the Miss World crown, making Thailand the second Southeast Asian country to achieve this feat. Kristina Piskova from Czech Republic, who won the crown last year, crowned at the 72nd Miss World during the ceremony. The first runner-up position was claimed by Hazet Dareji Admasu from Ethiopia, while Maja Claudia, who represent Poland, secured the second runner-up title. Aurelie Jogahim, who represented the Caribbean island of Martinique, was awarded third runner-up. A total of 108 contestants representing countries and regions from around the world participated in Miss World 2025. Several competitive segments were held where contestants showcased their awareness on global issues as well as their intelligence, self-confidence and communication skills. Sri Lanka was represented by Anudhi Gunasekara, who achieved a historic milestone for the country, excelling in several competitive rounds including the head-to-head challenge. The top model, she won the Asia Regional First Runner-Up title in the Multimedia Challenge, bringing honor to Sri Lanka.
Malaysia, New Zealand,
All 108 contestants were formally introduced during the Miss World 2025 grand finale. Subsequently, 40 contestants were selected for the quarterfinals, 10 from each of the 4 regions: Africa, Americas, Caribbean, Asia, Oceania, and Europe. 16 of these were chosen based on their performance in previous challenge events, while the remaining 24 were selected based on interviews. Following the quarterfinals, the competition was narrowed down to the top 20, when the top 8 and finally top 4 finalists. Among these 4 outstanding contestants, Opal Suchata Chuangsri of Thailand was crowned as the 72nd Miss World last night. This pageant, which united the world in celebrating beauty, social and environmental responsibility and global sisterhood, concluded on a truly memorable note.
And coming back home, the 75th anniversary celebration of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, organized by the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Centre of the High Commission of India in Sri Lanka, was held on, that's yesterday, in Colombo under the patronage of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Swami Vivekananda Cultural Centre, established in Colombo in 1998, has created a vibrant platform for cultural exchange, cooperation and friendship between the two nations. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya further says that she wished to take the opportunity to express her gratitude for the scholarships provided to Sri Lankan students for undergraduate, postgrad and doctoral studies in India. The event was attended by Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka Santosh Jha, along with other distinguished guests, Vice Chancellors, Dean, students studying in Indian languages and performing arts.
The Swami Vivekananda Cultural Centre, established in 1998 in Colombo, has grown into a vibrant platform for exchange, collaboration and friendship. With over 300 activities conducted annually, including exhibitions, dance and music performances, seminars, yoga and Ayurveda sessions and literary programs, the centre has played a dynamic role in strengthening our people-to-people ties. In the past 2 years alone, 6 Sri Lankan cultural groups were invited to perform in India under ICCR arrangements. These exchanges exemplify how cultural diplomacy bridges borders, transcends politics, and fosters mutual respect. Our histories, religions, languages, and cultural expressions are deeply interwoven. Shared architectural and artistic traditions have collectively shaped our societies. These are not mere links to the past. They are the foundations upon which we build our present and future cooperation. His Excellency Anura Kumara Disanayaka, prior to assuming office as President, led a delegation to India and participated in the Indian Council for Cultural Relations Distinguished Visitors Program in February 2024. During the visit, he held discussions with key Indian officials, including External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, focusing on strengthening bilateral relations and enhancing regional cooperation. His participation in the ICCR program reflected a strong commitment to fostering constructive dialogue and deepening collaboration between Sri Lanka and India. As we look ahead, it is important that we continue to invest in cultural diplomacy as a cornerstone of our bilateral engagement. We encourage further initiatives that broaden access to cultural education, expand opportunities for creative collaboration, and foster deeper academic and artistic exchanges between our two nations. Sri Lanka stands ready to work closely with India in building a future rooted in mutual respect, cultural affinity, and regional cooperation.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya held two important diplomatic meetings at Temple Trees, engaging with both regional and international partners to strengthen bilateral and multilateral cooperation. In the first meeting, the Prime Minister welcomed the European Parliament delegation for discussions focused on mutual interest, cooperation and governance, and also support for Sri Lanka's development and democratic transition. The meeting served as an opportunity to further enhance dialogue between Sri Lanka and the European Union.
The marine environment can be described as a main area surrounding us which affects the lives of humans and all other living beings directly and indirectly. Somehow, due to the addition of various pollutants, the quality of seawater is faced with a severe threat. In such a background, marine life is also facing a severe threat. Marine pollution is a major environmental problem facing the present-day world. More than 400 million tons polythene is being reduced worldwide annually. Most of it is being dumped into the marine environment after the use, and thereby it can be observed that polythene is getting accumulated on the seabed. Large plastics and items such as buckets, basins, bottles and broken plastic debris and also microplastics are getting deposited on the seabed. Such plastics form a layer after being mixed with other waste material. Chairman of the Marine Environment Protection Authority, Saman Gunasekara, said that marine organisms receive plastic through their food chain, and humans who consume those marine organisms are also affected as a result. Microplastics reach the bodies through food chains, especially via seafood. Certain marine organisms have become a major section which consume these microplastics deposited in the seabed. Sometimes the food systems of marine organisms get deposited on coral reefs and make the maintenance of lives of those organisms extremely difficult without posing a challenge. Under such circumstances, coral reefs are destroyed, and such incidents affects developing countries like Sri Lanka. The waste plastics deposits directly affect the marine fish. Chairman of the Marine Environment Protection Authority, Saman Gunasekara, added that zones have been created due to plastic wastage deposits, and in certain zones marine life is unable to sustain themselves. This can be termed as a dangerous situation since they are constantly getting expanded. According to scientific research, fish will also affect the future existence of the earth. During scientific experiments conducted in Italy, it has been revealed that nanoplastics has been found in mother's breast milk. These affect daily existence of human beings and also affect the longevity of humans on the long term. Chairman of the Marine Environment Protection Authority, Saman Gunasekara, also pointed out that on certain occasions garbage is being dumped into waterways at Paramankada and Narayanpeta, which need to be stopped. In case people do not think of this situation and continue to be selfish, this will have to be terminated via legal action in order to contain the severe damage being caused to the environment.
Still in the topic of environment, an Environment Week is being implemented in parallel to the International Environment Day. Well, many environmental programs are scheduled to be conducted in Sri Lanka at many locations until the 5th of this month. Well, Sri Lanka Army, in joint collaboration with the Hatton Police Station, conducted a Clean Sri Lanka program to clean both sides of the road from the railway crossing at Malyapur, Hatton, to Kotagala Railway crossing on the Hatton-Norelia main road. Our correspondents say a large quantity of garbage, including plastics and polythene, disposed in an unsystematic manner, were cleared during the operation. So here's Waste Management Authority in the Western Province also conducting several programs in connection with the Environment Week. The first of a series of such programs carried out under the theme Let's End the Plastic Pollution got underway, centering the Piliyandala bus stand. School children, local government institutions, police and non-governmental institutions were incorporated in the program. Displaying of placards to enlighten the general public on the importance of creating an environment devoid of waste material was conducted with the participation of school children. The people were also educated in this issue with street dramas as well. A walk was organized to educate the residents of the vicinity in the Bokundara Economic Center as well. Another program was organized in connection with the National Environment Week near the Polgola Reservoir. The area surrounding the reservoir was cleaned throughout the day today with the participation of university students, environmental organization representatives and the staff of the Mahaveli Authority. Parliamentarians Jagat Manuwarna and Tharuna Disanayak also participated in this event. Large quantities of refuse blocking the reservoir were removed and a poster exhibition was also conducted to educate the people. Well, that's news at home. We take a short break and we'll be back with international stories shortly.
You can make a difference. It is your duty to help eradicate dengue. Clean up your environment at least once a week. A message from the Dengue Control Unit of the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back to the news and heading to Nigeria. Major catastrophe there. Well, at least 151 people in central Nigeria have died following flash floods that occurred early this week.
More than 500 households with a population in excess of 3,000 people have been affected. The Niger State Emergency Management Agency confirmed that the death toll had risen sharply from 115 after floods hit the town of Mokwa. The agency has further warned that the death toll could rise further after people have washed into River Niger below the town. Reports have indicated that officials appear to be overwhelmed by the scale of destruction as families desperately seek food and shelter. Now on sports news, handing over of the fully fledged stadium in Anuradhapura constructed by the Sri Lanka Cricket at a cost of nearly 60 million rupees to the Anuradhapura Sports Association has taken place yesterday.
Well, officials including President of Sri Lanka Cricket have also graced this occasion. The event was also attended by Minister Vasantha Samarasinha, officials of the Anuradhapura District Cricket Association, cricketers and parents. Minister Vasantha Samarasinha says that several grounds in the district have been identified. It is necessary to identify a cricket ground where international level matches could be conducted. The minister added that cricket could be played in Sri Lanka in all 365 days in the year. He has also pledged that the government will provide the necessary support to Sri Lanka cricket to further propagate the sport of cricket in the island.
The China-Sri Lanka Friendship Dragon Boat competition was conducted at the Devanna Oya yesterday. The Sri Lanka Air Force won the championship trophy in the men's division. The women's division championship trophy was won by the A team of this Sabaragama University. The event was jointly organized by the Ministry of Sports and the Chinese Embassy. Several teams representing the three armed forces as well as 80 competitors from the northern region also took part in the competition. The third place in the men's open division was won by the Devanna Oarsmen Association. The runners-up were the Sri Lanka Army team. The SLAF was adjudged as the overall champions. Winners in the women's open division were the Vishaka Vidyalaya Colombo Sabaragama University B team has clinched the runners-up position. Sabaragama University A team were the champions in this division. Sports Minister Sunil Kumar Gamage and the group were also presented.
Well, Dragon Boats in full action, and on that note we end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Dilanjali. This is Clifford wishing you good night.
Good night.